You're looking at the original Chillicothe train depot, completed in 1871, destroyed by fire early this morning. But we're going to give you a unique trip back in time. A tattered American flag still hangs outside the Chillicothe train depot, but take a wider look and you'll see a ladder truck putting out hot spots from an early morning fire. Heavy equipment tears it down brick by brick as its current owner, Ralph Cooper, looks on.
It's a good piece of history that's gone up in flames, but someone just evidently didn't have anything to do with their time and went in and burn it down.
But take a trip to the Ross County Heritage Center and you can see what the depot looked like when it was the center of activity in the early 1900s, transporting men and materials to both World War I and World War II. Local historians say back then, if you wanted to go somewhere, you went by train. This is a major loss. This is one of our historical landmarks. It's seen better days, but now it won't see any more. All that history is being cleared away today, as well as hopes to someday reopen this place and keep it alive.
We would like to have seen a nice restaurant in there. It would have been a real good thing.
New details tonight on a story we first brought you at 5 today. A principal gets the boot and a beloved football coach stays on the job amid a scandal at Westfall High School in Pickaway County. The principal claims he's a scapegoat. The coach stays on the field despite some serious accusations involving missing pain pills. ABC 6 on Your Side investigates broke this story. Investigative reporter Stephen Dean is back now with what else he's uncovered.
Westfall superintendent is answering some tough questions tonight about her handling of this case. Internal district documents that we obtained show how the coach was leaving class again and again in search of pills, but he keeps his job despite those serious allegations. On the field at Westfall, Scott Keller is known as a great coach, and his supporters say he pushes kids academically too, so he's worth keeping, they say. He was docked 5 days' pay for leaving the classroom again and again, and now internal district records show us why. He kept visiting the homes of students, co-workers, and even a board member who lives at this home in Orient, where pills sometimes turned up missing after he left. At this home, records show the coach asked to use the restroom and then remained in the house after the board member's wife left. He asked her to go to the local grocery. The district also got this report where a student said he visited and said he needed to use the restroom, and another where he asked her to go to his car to get his keys while he stayed in the house. His principal, Tom Lehman, admits he knew about pills turning up missing during some of these visits, but he told his boss at the time he was monitoring it, so she forced him out but kept the coach.
I felt like I had reported it in previous years and done my job properly. We disagreed.
Is this a district protecting its winning coach?
Wow, I suppose that people could think that.
That superintendent insists that keeping this coach is the right thing to do for the children here, but she says the coach is on notice now that if he breaks any rules in the future, he will be out of here. But Superintendent Kara Riddle was a lot more concerned when the allegations first came in from students and others about the coach's visits in search of pills. In this document, she wrote that these individuals are fully capable of pressing charges against you. And she said she wouldn't stand by and let this problem hurt a child or lead you to an illegal activity. She wrote, "I cannot trust that you will not become increasingly aggressive."
First, you're worried about the student's safety. Now you're keeping him around students. That sounds like a contradiction.
He is a good teacher who motivates children. I have the confidence that he is doing everything in his power to work towards wellness.
Coach Scott Keller declined comment, but district records say he's now undergoing treatment. The superintendent tonight saying there's no hard proof that the coach was actually taking those pills, and she says none of the people who had those pills missing from their house actually reported it to the sheriff's department, so no criminal charges were ever pursued in this case. Now, the Ohio Department of Education, the licensing agency, is now doing its own investigation to see if the teaching licenses should be suspended for that ex-principal or for this coach. We will keep you posted. I'm Stephen Dean, ABC 6 Investigates.
We'll look forward to updates. Stephen, thank you. And if you know of a possible scam or government waste, call our investigative tip line, the number 255-6397. Stephen and the crew would love to hear from you. You can also email us at tips@abc6onyourside.com if you're more comfortable that way.
It's this tiny little guy that's causing all kinds of people all kinds of uncomfortable pain right now.
Of course, diarrhea, vomiting, could be stomach cramps, etc. You don't feel very good.
And it's extremely easy to get the norovirus.
Very contagious in that you can get it from somebody else. You can get it through all kinds of routes.
Dr. Long says in this case, Grandma really does know best. So we're going to go on a quick shopping trip to pick up what you need to protect yourself and take care of that loved one who's already suffering from a stomach virus like noro. To protect yourself, hand sanitizer is just fine, but soap and water for 20 seconds is even better. And bleach-based cleaners to wipe everything down. To ease the 12 to 48 hours of suffering, good old-fashioned chicken noodle soup. The salt will help keep fluids in your system longer because dehydration is the real danger. With that in mind, start with ice chips for fluids and work your way up to clear soda when you can keep it down. There's no cure for it, but for $22.98, you can help prevent it or make it a little easier to deal with. In Columbus, I'm Chris Coburl, ABC6 News.